Bonjour. 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 That's hello in French. Yeah. Hi, Blessed Fits of Fun fans. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to be learning about France. Like, Paris and the Eiffel Tower in Paris. And I don't know why, but France is literally known for Paris mostly, because nobody really thinks about the other places. But there's much more to France than Paris and the Eiffel Tower and chocolate croissants, or just croissants. There's much, much more to France than all the things you think of it when you hear it. So let's get on to this learning about France video. Let's go. So, just telling you, this is going to be more of story time and possibly a little bit of acting in it, like I did in the beginning. Bonjour, 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 like that type of little acting hidden in here. So this is the book. I want to give a shout out who wrote this book. It's the National Geographic Traveler France. Pretty cool. And it's the 4th edition. Pretty cool, right? Okay, I'm going to read to you and then maybe a little bit of acting. Let's get on to this book. Let's go. National Geographic Traveler France by Rosemary Bailey. Photography by Giles Magazine. Who, if you are watching this, Giles, please, sorry for the wrong pronunciation. And Rosemary Bailey, I think it's Bailey, and sorry for the pronunciation. I know it's incorrect, I'm sure. First of all, of course, you might be watching this because you're going on a trip to France, so you should know how to get around. It's really interesting. And there's a really cool picture in here. See, the Eiffel Tower from a good angle. How do these people get such good angles in photography? Traveling in France is easy. Between cities, the most expedient to travel by train. The TGV train a grande veste high-speed train? I have no idea what that is. I have literally no idea. Network means you can travel between most of the big cities in 2 or 3 hours. Pretty good. Smaller places will take a bit longer on a SNCF, Société Nationale des Chemins de Fer Français train, which are frequent and comfortable. But if you prefer to drive, the auto routines are excellent, even though car rentals are expensive. But if you want to explore the countryside, you will need a car. Buses sometimes are an option, though in really remote areas there might be only 1 or 2 buses a day. That's not much. There are a few small scenic trains, especially in high mountain regions, which offer a splendid way to see the scenery. Cyclists are well respected, and you can take bikes on most trains or rent them at your destination. In Paris and the Provinces, cycle routes are increasingly common. That's really interesting. So I'm not gonna read the whole book because how many pages is this? Over 350, so I'm not going to read like the whole book, I'm just going to read little parts. Boom. So the next thing I think you would want to know is about France like today. So, the land. France is the largest country in Western Europe at 2011 150 square miles and is the 37th largest in the world At the same time, it's actually slightly smaller than the state of Texas. Although twice the size of the United Kingdom, it has roughly the same population, 63 million people. It's a largely rural country. 56% of the land is farmed and 25% is forest. Agriculture, the country's largest industry, has been described as France's Perovert green oil. France has by far the largest habitable area and the biggest agriculture output of any state in the European Union. Big cities are few and far between. Paris is the largest. Well, of course, and it's pretty popular, with a population of 2.1 million, followed by Lyon? I have no idea how to pronounce it. Comment down below with a recording how to pronounce like the city in France called Lyon, and it has 1.3 million people. And Marseille, comment down below with that recording too of that city in France, how to pronounce it. And maybe if you've been there, send me pics. I love France. In Marseille, 1.1 million, all of them small cities by Europe's standard. Well, that was pretty interesting. The next thing. So the next thing is like so interesting. It's experience how to eat well in France. I think you might need that if you go to France, or if you're a friend or maybe parent or maybe a cousin, relative, whatever, around you or you. So you might need this. A favorite French pastime is strolling around a town or seaside resort, checking the menus of lots of restaurants before deciding. After a great deal of excited discussion where to eat, most restaurants display a list of variously priced menus outside. They're arguing to offer at least one set menu. This is usually the cheapest option, partially at lunch, or when many French people have their main meal of the day. The meal will normally consist of starter, main course, and dessert. Sometimes there's a lower price for just 2 courses. Usually a restaurant will offer 1 or 2 specials. The dish of the day, which may be based on what the chief chef has found in the market that morning. Wine or coffee may also be included in the price, and bread, usually sliced baguette, is brought to the table at no extra charge. Well, usually we get bread. Well, usually people get bread in restaurants, correct? Yeah. But there in France, there's that tradition too. Well, it's not really a tradition, but it's just a thing in the economy. Stuff of not our businesses, except like the lawyers and restaurants, things. Yeah. So you can ask for bottled water, but if you're happy to drink local water, simply ask for le dérobet tap water or un café d'eau. That's still tap water. The service charge is nearly always included. It will say service comprise on your bill, but you can always leave a bit extra if you're pleased with the food or the service. Or and. And the service or the service, If you do not want a complete menu, you can order a latte carte and simply choose what you want. You can communicate in French. Always ask the waiter or waitress for advice. Servers are usually happy to tell you what looks good in the kitchen, but address them as Monsieur, Madame, and Mademoiselle, not Garçon. I have no idea what that means. Well, I kind of understand Madame and Mademoiselle, but not like the other ones. You can order wine by the bottle, but it's often offered in cafes by the quarter or half liter. In a wine-producing area, this will be good and the best price option. Because, you gotta spend less of those money. If you order cafe, you'll get the simple black espresso. If you want coffee with milk, ask the waiter for a latte, cafe creme, or a noste, which is espresso with a bit of milk added in. You may be offered herbal teas or tisanas, which can be delicious, especially if made fresh. Classics include chamomile, velvet, mint, and lime flower. The tea, which produce Prosid dipped in his famous Mady lines. So that was the France video. Bye, was it fun, fans?